What is going on? Welcome back to the Rhody Wrestling Recap Podcast here with your boys. As always, we're going to be talking, well, this week is just SmackDown and Raw. Lot to talk about. I feel like to start off the shows, and then they both kind of
dwindled.
A little bit. Then again, when you have what happened on SmackDown, and that takes up 40 minutes of your show, you know, and you have a 2-hour show, it doesn't leave you a lot of room.
Why is Raw still 3 hours?
Raw should not be 3 hours.
Shit is so boring, dude.
Yeah, so, I mean, you guys all know our thoughts on Raw. It just seems like it's always pointless match after pointless match after pointless match just because, just to fill the card. But let's get into it. So, starting with SmackDown, which would have been from... I don't remember the date at this point. Probably was at the first? First?
I believe so.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Started off with Roman Reigns coming out, and we got this whole Bloodline segment in, what was it? Was it Salt Lake City, Utah? Where they were?
Glendale, Arizona.
Right. Oh, that was the week before. Sorry. It was Glendale, Arizona. That's right. I'm tired. I've already been up like 2-3 hours already. And you know, L Crowd, first of all, completely ruining the first 10 minutes of the show because Fox had to keep muting it and blacking out the screen because of people being assholes.
Someone decided to bring in a Die Rocky Die poster, so they had to keep blacking out the screen. So every time they blacked out the screen, it would also mute. So it was very annoying and almost unwatchable.
For like the first 10-15 minutes. And then The Rock came out. Because, well, Roman was going to leave, and then Paul was like, oh, we can't leave. He's coming out. So then it went to commercial, then come back from commercial, and The Rock was coming out. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but ever since The Rock's been back and he's done this whole bloodline turn thing, the eyes of the bull...
I was just about to mention that.
...are red now.
Yeah.
They've never been red. So that's fire.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
And then The Rock went on to, you know, pretty much belittle the crowd, and, you know, crowd was kind of ruining it, and then we got the whole Rocky sucks and Cody chants and all this and that, and just another pretty bad crowd, if you ask me. But anyway, I mean, again, the crowd begins by not acknowledging Roman Reigns, which, you know, never used to be an issue. But then again, so the Rock comes out, and then he decides to say that, got a fact for you. You know, then he asks if anybody from Phoenix is in there, because Glendale's like 10 miles away. He goes, anybody from Phoenix? Crowd cheers. He goes, well, Phoenix, Arizona is the #1 city in the United States for meth and crack use. I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube or any of these. Anyway, just restating what was said on the show. And pretty much calls them drug addicts.
It's all good. We're not monetized anyways.
Yeah, not yet anyway. And then he goes on about, you know, that the crowd finally has something worthy of injecting into their veins and all that, and that was kind of funny.
Yo, The Rock is a goat, bro.
The heel Rock is a goat.
Yes, sir.
You know, it was funny because the Monday prior, Cody had called out The Rock for, you know, not having an original promo, and he just keeps reiterating the same things. And then he comes out and cuts the promo that he did on Friday, which was a banger.
Yes, sir.
But then speaking of Cody, you know, Cody had challenged Dwayne at Elimination Chamber, and The Rock had the answer. Goes, oh, you want to go one-on-one, the great one? No. Which, we'll get into this on Raw, or when we're talking about Raw, but what I had asked you last night, and then how Cody had said he never answered him, but we'll get into that. Just don't know if Cody's brain waves weren't functioning last night. then again, I don't think they ever really do. And then that's when The Rock brings up what I think we all have been waiting for, is the tag match on night one.
I told you.
And you told me, and I agreed with you, but you also you also didn't get it right as to what the match would be about. Because you were saying winner takes all tag match, which I didn't think was going to happen.
That would have been a banger, though.
I can't see them putting a title on The Rock at this point.
Which is why he would have lost. You don't think The Rock...
You're not gonna take the undisputed title off Roman Reigns in a tag match. Not gonna happen.
I mean, why not?
You mean what? What do you? Why are you like that? I swear you do this just to like bring out a reaction in me.
Yeah, I do.
Like sometimes you say the dumbest things. I'm just like, why?
No, but that match anyway, would have been good though. Winner take all.
It's kind of, well, I guess we're gonna find out. Again, we'll talk about it when we get under.
Either way, we might be getting it. So
we're probably getting it since, again, last night on Raw it was confirmed that Drew and Seth are
the co-main event for
Sunday. So, something has to main event. I don't know if it's gonna be it's probably gonna be the women. Let's be real. Probably gonna be Bayley and Io.
Yeah.
Or Rhea and Becky. But I guess we'll see. And then, Rock's doing his thing and he goes to do the whole can you smell, and then you just see Roman's arm come over and you're like, oh shit. I remember I got like a chill just like down my spine. I was like, oh fuck, what's about to happen? And then he goes on, he's like, oh, I'll do anything for family, but I need you to do this one thing for me. He goes, acknowledge me. And The Rock kind of stares at him, takes the sunglasses off. He goes, Roman Reigns, my family, I acknowledge you as my tribal chief. And then he goes to do it again. He goes, if you smell, and then he hands the mic to Roman.
All right, let's not get copyright struck here.
Why would we?
He owns that fucking...
I didn't say the whole thing. It's all good. That's right, he does own everything now. Yo,
he
Rock,
owns
don't
everything,
come after us, buddy.
Bro.
Don't come after us. We support you. We like you. Remember that. And I like skipped a whole part, I think. There. I feel like I missed something. I missed something in his promo. Did I? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I feel like I skipped over something pretty important there, but I could be wrong.
Well, you said that he rejected the one-on-one and
made it
a tag team. Requested a tag team match.
Yeah, so requested the tag match, and then again, I guess we're getting our answer this Friday when Seth and Cody show up and get their asses beat. Anyway, so that happens, and he hands the mic to Roman. He goes, what the bloodline is cooking, and then they all do the thing, and The Rock
I'm telling you, bro. Right. He did it wrong at first.
Yeah, but he fixed it.
I'm telling you. He's going to turn,
and it was kind of funny. If you looked, Paul kind of looked at him to make sure he did it right. I don't know if you noticed that while they were doing that. Paul had his hand up, but he's like, the whole time. So, I think it's going to be interesting.
He's going to turn.
There were also some interesting angles last night with Seth and Cody, but again, we'll get into that. So that 40-minute segment finally ended, and then there was I remember there was a little backstage segment. I think it was, I think it had Logan Paul and somebody else. I don't remember, but don't really care because fuck Logan Paul. So the first actual match of the night was Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi, and this is where the cuts started to happen because it turns out that Bloodline segment had gone 10 minutes over than what it was supposed to. And what was crazy is The Rock posted that video that Cody was talking about last night, and I guess The Rock posted it because he knew he wasn't going to have enough time to say everything he wanted to say, and he still went over.
Yeah.
So that was funny. But yeah, so Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi. I thought that was a pretty good. I thought that was a pretty good match. I thought they both looked good. I mean, obviously, you know that I know you don't think Tiffany's talented. I think she is.
She's actually hitting her finisher correctly now.
I thought they looked both really good. And then she hit the finisher clean, and it was. She ended up getting the win.
What I don't understand is why you're calling it the prettiest moonsault ever, but every time you hit it, it's a botch. She's getting better, though. She's getting better.
Probably just because she's pretty, but, you know. It's getting there. I mean, I'll admit there's a couple times where I remember, was she facing the chick that runs around with the OC or whatever? She hit her knees into that girl's stomach when she tried to hit that. She didn't hit it right. But yeah, that one was almost perfect. So
I'm distracted by your dog.
So then we had Dakota and Bayley versus the Kabuki Warriors. Was kind of,
I told you,
Bayley was kind of getting her ass handed to her. But that was because Dakota wasn't tagging in, and then when Dakota tried to go tag me, and then as soon as she jumps down, turns on Bayley. The match ends in a no contest, obviously, because there was really no ending to it.
Told you.
And then Bayley was attacked by all four of them. Is what it is. I guess it's another thing.
I knew that friendship wasn't gonna last at all. I knew Dakota was capping.
But then I wonder why they attacked. Unless she was faking that whole backstage attack thing.
She was, most likely.
Because it's if you're aligned with them, why would they? I think it probably was, but and then they're backstage and they get confronted by Jade Cargill. No words are said, but she kind of she's standing there, damage control's walking through backstage, and there she is. And then Nick Aldis comes up. It's literally a real quick segment. He's like, "Listen, I'll deal with you later, Jade, with me now." And then that was literally it.
Yeah.
And then we got another Braun Breaker match, which this one was also cut down a little bit, because that match was a total of 8 seconds. Bell rings, spear, Braun screams in his face, pins the guy, and that's it. Then there's the next bell.
And who are these people Braun Breaker is facing?
Well, apparently they're NXT talent.
I've never seen them a day in my life. Maybe Performance Center talent.
Maybe.
But there's no way they're on NXT because I have never seen any of those people he's faced.
Yeah, I always depend on you to know the NXT stuff because I don't watch it. So, yeah, remember when NXT was just a talent show? And there was never actually any fighting.
Yo, that shit was
just a skill competition. And each person had a wrestling protege, or they were the protege of a wrestler on the main roster.
Yeah.
Good times. Anyway, then we get into the street fight between Carlito and Santos Escobar. They both came out with their crews, but then they all walked away. But then a little bit into the match, Santos's boys come out, start beating on Carlito. And even after all that, Santos goes for the pin. Carlito still is able to stay in it, kicks out, and that's when the LWO shows up. They get their asses handed to them a little bit. And then the return of the night.
Yes,
Mr. Rey
sir.
Mysterio comes out on crutches. So the music hits, and I'm like, yo, let's go. Rey is finally back from the leg injury. But then he comes out, he's on the crutches. I'm like, oh, he's just a distraction. So Santos' boys start to walk up the ramp or running up the ramp to go after him, and this motherfucker just runs at him with the crutches and starts beating the shit out of him. So Rey is back, which is really, really cool.
Yo, that Santos Rey match is gonna hit like, I can't say that, but rock.
Oh. So that's probably going to be another WrestleMania thing. But then again, you got 2 nights, so you got to fill the card somehow. And especially with all the injuries to, I guess Seth is back, but obviously CM Punk is still out. So.
Or maybe we get a stupid fucking LWO versus Legado del Fantasma match.
Probably going to be more like it. Probably be it'll probably be, I would assume,
4v4.
Carlito, the 2 guys, and Zelina versus Santos, his 2 guys, and whatever that bitch's name is.
Bruh. Can we talk about how they changed Umberto to Berto?
Oh, did they? I didn't realize.
Bro, we're not that slow. We can remember Umberto. They really said, oh, you guys are very smart. So, with that being said, we're going to cut down his name even more.
Berto, which sounds fucking stupid.
And then the other guy's name was Angel Garza. Now his name is just Angel.
Now it's just Angel. So. Yeah, that happened, and then I remember there was like that cool little, after Raid come back, the 2, Angel and Berto now, they were up, and then the 2 LWO dudes like run on the, what's it called, the side of the ring, the apron, and they like jump up and over the fucking ring post and like flip onto them. I thought that was pretty cool.
That was fire.
And then Carlito, does his whole apple thing.
Backstabber.
Hits the backstabber. Ray ends up hitting him with the 619. Carlito puts Santos through a table and pins him. And I don't know if you noticed or if you watched this back.
That was the weakest spinebuster I've ever seen. But anyways.
If you watch it slowly, Santos' shoulder was up it too.
Oh well.
Like he turns his shoulder up and it was never down after that. So, but obviously ref doesn't see that and it's kind of just a little botch there. And the LWO comes out on top, they win, yada yada yada.
My brother hates that feud. I mean, I kind of hate it too, but
it's kind of boring.
Yeah, for sure.
And then after that match, we get a bait and done little segment backstage with Nick Aldis talking about how they want another shot at the tag titles after getting what they say screwed at Elimination Chamber because of Dom. And that's when Nick says that him and Adam have a announcement coming up. I forget when he said. I think he said, did he say next week?
He said next Monday. And they never announced anything.
So there's supposed to be a tag title announcement. We're going to assume that they're getting split finally. I'm going to guess.
Thank God.
I don't know what else you can really announce.
A tournament, maybe.
Yes, but it's like
we just had a tournament for the Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know how you're just gonna have another tournament for their match at WrestleMania. I guess I didn't even think of that, but I'm going to assume that they are going to separate the tag titles somehow.
Oh, for sure.
I just don't know how they're going to do it, unless they just unify those as like the undisputed and do what they did with Roman, where you have the undisputed tag titles, and then you have like the WWE tag titles or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
And you come out with another new tag title because, to be honest, it's time to retire these belts. They look fucking terrible. They're they're literally like the ugliest. Like, what was wrong with the tag titles we had before?
The bronze ones were worse, though. I like the silver
Well, no, I
ones
meant
way better.
the actual World Tag
Oh
Team,
yeah,
the
I know. I know
WWE
what you
Tag Team
meant,
titles.
but I'm just saying the bronze ones
Because
were
all they did
way
was take the
worse.
ones that, all they did was take the ones that looked like pennies,
And made them
made them
silver.
silver, and then matched the color to the brand. And I don't even think they're metal. Because do you remember when Jay and Cody won them, and they were at the press conference and they pushed, not smashed them, but put them together? Bro, it sounded like Legos falling apart. It sounded like hard plastic. So I don't know, but that would be, I guess, my only way of technically splitting up the tag titles is to do what they did with Roman and combine those, come out with a new tag title that doesn't look the fucking same.
Hopefully not.
Come out with something that's, it's going to look like one of the current world titles now, because they did the same thing with the women's tag titles. I think, doesn't it almost resemble the women's world title?
Not really, but slightly, I guess.
The new tag titles will probably look similar to that, just bigger with a black strap, more than likely.
Yeah, probably.
WWE is uncreative as hell.
Probably.
I mean, just even the new World Heavyweight Championship, it's just the old one with the big-ass WWE logo in the middle. You good?
Did you hear that?
No.
My dog just growled in her sleep.
Oh, I got this one snoring right here. Yeah, so, and then, but Nick Aldis was interrupted during that segment by LA Knight yelling around looking for AJ Styles, and Nick had said, oh, I told AJ not to show up, because AJ decided to fly halfway across the world and beat up LA Knight just to screw him. LA Knight was walking around with a chair, and, I don't remember exactly what he said, but, he said something about the chair being perfectly, forget exactly how
good for a souvenir.
Perfectly fit for AJ or something like that. I don't know. LA Knight's always cutting good promos and shit. But that happened. And then we got to was that the final? Yes, this was the final match of the night. We had Orton versus Theory, because there was the segment prior where Theory and Waller were in the back talking, and Randy was there, and he's like, oh, I've been looking for someone to beat up, and Grayson Waller just said, here's Austin Theory. That match is also probably going to happen at WrestleMania, Waller Theory, I'm assuming, because it doesn't seem like they're doing much together. It seems like they're not really on the same page.
Which I think will be a banger, but
could be. I think Grayson Waller probably wins.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, so Kevin Owens was also a special guest commentator, which that was cool because he's just funny as hell on the mic.
For real. I love Kevin Owens on commentary.
Yeah, he's always super funny whenever he's on commentary. Always, always, always. So, match starts. Orton pretty much goes right after Theory. Was kind of like a beatdown at one point. And then Waller had ended up pulling Theory. I forget what Randy was going to hit, but I forget what it was. Was it the DDT? The rope? No.
I don't even remember, bro.
Waller had pulled Theory out of the way of Randy hitting something. I don't remember exactly what it was at this point. And it kind of somehow turned the tide for Theory. He started turning up, and then that's when we kind of started to get the Randy selling of the back injury. And then it was kind of back and forth for a minute. Randy ends up coming back off of that, and then they had that whole botch suplex off the top rope move thing that I thought turned into a move in Theory's favor, but it was in Randy's favor because he kind of hit it and just stood right up, whereas Theory was the one that was laying out in pain. But if you watch it back, it looks like it's supposed to be a Theory move.
For sure.
Is that you? I don't know. Sorry. And then, so they end up outside of the ring, and Randy Orton picks up Theory, drops him on the commentary table, and Kevin's like, oh, do him too. So he picks up Grayson Waller, drops him on the table as well. Let's see. Then what happened? So Randy goes to hit his finisher, the RKO. Theory reverses it, goes to hit his. And that's when we got that, like, huge oversell. Because he, like, rolled and jumped, and that's when Randy was just like, nah, buddy.
That was insane.
Yeah. No, it was.
He got so much air. Like, I don't know how he does it.
I don't understand
He jumped like 5 feet.
That's crazy how high he got. So then Randy ends up winning the match, and then so Grayson Waller comes and gets involved, and Kevin's just like, oh, hell no. Tosses the headset off, gets in the ring, and beats the shit out of him. And then ends up hitting the stunner on...
Theory?
No. Yes, on Theory, and Theory just, like, fucking sells it 10 feet into the air. And then he goes to hit it on Waller. He, like, breaks out of it, but Randy's right there, hits him with an RKO. And
that's when I said RKO.
And it was kind of crazy because, like, I remember you texted me that.
That's when Noah said that, but
I was like, oh, like, I never really thought of it, but, like, it works perfectly. So they could also do a tag match at WrestleMania between those two. That would be cool, too.
That would be fire.
But I don't really know how... You'd have to start writing the story of Randy and Kevin working together, because it's really not there right now other than that. Unless that's the start of a storyline.
Yeah, for sure.
Who knows? But that's SmackDown for you. Really long Bloodline segment. Couple of pretty alright matches. And a heel turn, a return. Couple of backstage segments, but, you know, obviously everything had to be cut down because The Rock wanted to take 45 minutes. Anyway. And then, was it Saturday or Sunday it was announced that Paul Heyman is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame in Philadelphia. Now, it's going to be really good and really deserving because, you know, isn't that where, like, ECW started?
Yes.
But my thing is how does Paul Heyman go about his speech? Because of some of the biggest parts of his career were with someone that the WWE doesn't want talked about.
For sure.
And I mean, he's even had feuds with the bigger person that the WWE doesn't want talked about anymore.
For sure.
So it's like, how does Paul go about acknowledging this and recognizing all of that during his speech?
It'll be interesting.
He's going to have to leave out the biggest parts of his career. That also brings into, I guess, not inducts him, but, like, I guess inducts him into the Hall of Fame. Because beforehand, I think it would have been pretty clear.
Yeah, for sure.
But do you do Punk as the OG Paul Heyman guy?
I was thinking Punk, maybe Dreamer.
Now that he's back, could do Dreamer, but I don't. I mean, I get it. Isn't Dreamer with, like, TNA?
Yeah.
So
I believe so.
I guess he could because, I mean, TNA and WWE are always working together. And,
yeah.
I mean, obviously we had someone from TNA in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, I think my odds-on favorite is going to be CM Punk.
For sure.
Yeah. I think that's just the odds-on favorite for right now. But good for Paul Heyman. I mean, he absolutely deserves it. He's, like, one of the best talkers in the business.
Oh, for sure.
He just knows what to do and how to go about it, and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, he sets himself up for success. He aligns himself with people that are going to succeed. Although there was that weird time where... Didn't he, like, represent Curtis Axel?
Wasn't he with Ryback for a little bit? Or no?
That I don't remember. I don't remember that, no. I could be wrong, but...
I don't remember,
just... Don't worry about that. We don't talk about those days. It can't all be great, you know? There's gotta be... You gotta miss on some shots, you know? So then we get to Raw, and... Raw starts. Mid, as always. And the first thing that happens is the whole Cody Rhodes music hits. I'm like, oh, great, here we go. Like... Oh, I did miss something that I meant to fucking... I knew what I... So, The Rock called out Cody for going back on his word. And then Cody even admitted it last night. Because...
Oh, yeah.
Rock had told Cody that this is what people want. And Cody was like, yeah, this is what's best for business. Like, it's going to sting, but do it, like, this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, even though he won the Royal Rumble, it's not his time. But then apparently he saw the PowerPoint presentation thing, and he was like, nope, I'm going, like, I don't know why that's what sparked it in him. But Cody Rhodes is not a man, to be real, because the only thing a man really has is his word, and if you don't hold your word, then fuck you.
For sure.
So, Becky, what the fuck am I talking about Becky for? Cody Rhodes is a little crybaby bitch, in my opinion, now. Well, he always has been, but now he for sure is, because I'll never call him a man. Anyway, he goes on and talks about how he literally went back on his word, and how now, because he's the Royal Rumble winner, he gets his choice, and how he's going to face Roman at WrestleMania. And, yep, thanks for reminding us what you've been telling us every week, because apparently everyone gives a shit. And then he even admitted, saying, you know, I gave Rocky the match. And then he was like, until you guys all started chanting something else. And that's when the "We Want Cody" chants broke out for like 5 minutes. He's like, I heard it. WWE officials heard it. Everybody heard it. Like, bro, no one cares. Shut up. And then Seth comes out and starts his usual bullshit about taking down the bloodline. And for some reason, it seems like every time Seth comes out, he starts screaming, like, 2 minutes into talking. You ever notice that? Like, they'll just be sitting there having a conversation, but then he starts screaming.
Cody Rhodes' promos are so annoying.
They're the same. He talks about The Rock cutting the same promo. His promos are the same thing every single time.
And those little breaths he takes in between, like, 3 words is fucking annoying.
Yeah. Dude, it's like, dude can't breathe. But he literally comes out, he goes, whatever city they're in, they were, where were they? They were in Texas. Where were they in
San
Texas?
Antonio.
San Antonio. Comes out, goes, well, city that I'm in, what do you want to talk about? It's every time. That's how, and it's just been this WrestleMania bullshit with The Rock. Like, buddy, change your wording. Change your script. You talk about Rock saying the same thing over and over again. That's all you do.
For real. He's so annoying.
We hate Cody Rhodes. We are not Cody Rhodes.
I can see why. I can see why you never liked him. Now, I'm finally seeing the light.
That's why it's just like how I'm coming around on why you don't like Bianca. And the more I watch her and the more I listen to her, she's just, I get it. But anyway, Seth comes out and says, you know, I've got you. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where I think things are developing on this side as well, because Seth was like, oh, you know, I told you I've got your back. Do you have mine? Because Seth said he's going to go to SmackDown.
And he completely ignored the question.
Cody kind of sits there and looks at him like he doesn't want to have his back.
Yep.
But he's like, he ends up saying, yeah, I'll come with you, whatever. And then Cody starts talking about how The Rock never answered him. When I told you this, I vividly remember, and we even talked about this earlier, I remember The Rock saying, oh, Cody, your challenge. You want to go one-on-one with The Rock, with the Great One? No. But yet Cody says, oh, he tries to turn the tides of what was said and ignores the challenge. It's like, dude, he literally told you no. And then he's like, oh, instead offered me another challenge. But again, he offered that after he said no. So,
yeah.
I don't know if he was just hitting the skip button a little bit and missed that part. I don't know if he watched it the next day and said, skip this, and missed that part. But yeah, so apparently Cody and Seth are going to go to SmackDown this week and give The Rock their answer. And kind of go from there. Probably get their asses handed to them.
They're going to get bodied.
It's still going to be a 4-on-2, maybe 4-on-3, because I think Jay had said... I think Jay posted something on Twitter.
It's actually X.
Shut the fuck. Ronnie did the same thing to me this week one day.
Yo, thank you to all the new subscribers, by the way. You guys are goated.
Oh, does he not have a Twitter? Alright, well, I saw something that's saying, like, he would be willing to work with them or whatever, or something like... I thought... Maybe. I could be wrong. I might not have seen... I don't know. But Jay has also said that, you know, he would also be willing to work with his brothers again if they leave the bloodline, which I just don't see that happening anytime soon. I could see Jay reuniting with them before I would see... Even though Jimmy has already turned on Roman once. But I can't see Solo turning on Roman.
Yo, Jimmy is still waiting for that dap for like 2 months. Come on, Solo.
Yeah,
just give it to him, man.
I don't think he's getting it.
Just give it to him, man. He's been waiting so long.
So, and the first match we got was the Gunther and Dom match, which that was actually really pretty good. Dom kind of held his own until he started getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, they were throwing chops at each other.
I would have really liked to see Gunther like hit more chops and like actually almost kill Dom in a way, just because I think when he hits it on someone that's so much smaller than him, it looks like it hurts more. And it's just,
yeah, for sure.
With how good he is and how strong he is, it's just so satisfying to watch him land a really good one.
He ripped his fucking shirt off. Well, not off, but ripped it so his skin would be exposed.
Yeah. So, it was kind of like a back and forth. It was actually like a pretty good match. To start Raw off, I was actually kind of impressed. And then Dom got his shit kicked in by the, whatever Gunther calls that. And that's when Gunther fucking picked him up. Almost threw him through the ring, in my opinion. And then just turned him over, hit the Boston, put him into the Boston Crab, and Dom just taps immediately, like a smart man. Because, you know, I wouldn't want to sit in that, because that looks like it hurts, especially if you, which I don't think, if you watch it, I don't think Gunther really had it locked in right, because he was kind of just sitting on Dom's ass.
Yeah.
Supposed to sit more towards the back, to like bend the back more, and he didn't really do that, but I don't think he really had to, because he already knew Dom was fucked anyway. But Gunther had won. And then we got that women's tag match. It was Baszler and Stark versus Chance and Carter. And the Kabuki Warriors and all them were ringside. And Shayna and Stark won. And then Dakota came out or came into the ring, and she was like, "Oh, what? You don't trust us? We were just here to congratulate you or whatever." And then, as you can see, the entertainment in my voice and face about Raw. Anyway, then we got Becky and Nia. I was driving home at this point, so I didn't really see a lot of it. I had it like I was listening to it in the car. I don't remember a lot of it. But
Nia Jax hit a nasty leg drop off the top rope.
I heard Michael Cole busting a nut over that. I was like, what the hell is going on? but then Liv Morgan came out and got did she hit Becky? I assume.
No, she hit Nia.
Oh, did she? So she hit Nia to end the match in disqualification because Becky did the same thing to Liv when she was facing Nia last week.
So with that being said,
let's see Liv getting added to the WrestleMania match and making it a triple threat.
I've seen things saying it'll be a fatal 4-way when Nia Jax.
Hey, dude, Nia Jax is not good.
I've seen a lot saying that.
I hope not. But,
Same.
yeah, so that match happened. And then over the night, there were people trying to, throw their names into the IC title match at WrestleMania, and that's when Adam Pearce was like, "Listen, I got an idea. You throw me your sales pitch though, so we can figure this out, so I can see who I need to put it to take care of." And then that's when he told Ricochet, like, "Oh, I've got something that'll probably make all of you guys happy in a way somehow."
And then JD McDonough.
That's when he had announced that
JD
we're getting
McDonough?
the IC. Oh yeah, then there was the JD McDonough, and they cut him. They just went to commercial during him talking to Pierce. So I was like, damn, they really did my boy dirty. I was like, damn, you gotta do him like that. But then it's when Adam Pearce announced the IC title #1 contender gauntlet match. So it is Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, JD McDonough, Ricochet, Bronson Reed, but the sixth person.
Chad Gable?
I said Chad Gable.
You said Chad Gable?
IC title gauntlet. Oh, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke is the last participant.
Mid.
So obviously, being a gauntlet, we don't know who's going to start off or who's going to finish or whatever. But it's been a while since we've seen like an actual gauntlet match, so that should be good.
I don't even remember how that works.
So 2 people start off.
Yeah.
Yo, my laptop want to chill?
2 people start off. Kid's laptop is about to explode.
Sounds like it. So 2 people start off. It's like a regular one-on-one. And then once there's a pinfall, the next person comes in. The person that wins stays until they've been pinned.
Oh, so it's like King of the Hill. Okay.
Pretty much the same concept.
Alright.
Can you hear that?
Yes. His laptop is about to take off.
I'm going to pull my microphone over here. But anyway, so that happened. So that should be cool. Although I think Ivar should be in that. Because Ivar has been nothing but talented this entire time and has really showcased his talent. Then we got the Judgment Day versus Imperium match.
Yo, you are super loud.
Oh, am I? Sorry. All right, hold on. I'll move my mic away. I'm trying to figure out what... Am I good right here?
Just put it back at your computer.
Okay. Anyway. Oh. Sorry. Hold on. Having technical difficulties here. Okay. I don't like the way this computer sounds. Might need to hurry up and finish this. Don't really remember a lot of that match. Don't remember who won at all. Then we had the Ivar versus Sammy match. Sammy ended up winning that somehow. Although It was kind of funny at the beginning. Michael Cole had seen that What's-Her-Face came out with the antlers, and she actually went over to the commentary table, jumped on it, and gave Michael Cole the fucking antler headset thing. And he was like losing it over that. And he was like paying more attention to that than he was the match at first. But yeah, Sammy ended up winning that somehow, even though Ivar absolutely should have.
Pat McAfee was saying some questionable things on commentary.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but it was pretty funny, and it was some things that's like, how the hell is he getting away with saying this on TV?
He exploded all over himself. Yeah, I was crying. I was like, what is this guy saying right now?
Yeah, it was funny. That's why I love that Pat McAfee is back on the table, because like you never know what to expect from him. It's usually always something funny.
For sure.
Then the end of the night, we got the Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre match. That one was pretty back and forth too. It was actually probably like my favorite match of the night, because it was like one of the only good ones. Really back and forth, and then there was even a point where it seemed like Jey was about to get the win, and then he had gone to go top rope, and that's when Solo had come out. I don't think Jey noticed him, tried to continue to go on anyway, and then Jey Uso hit a couple of super kicks, went to go up again. That's when he saw Jimmy. Actually, I missed the part. So Solo had come out, Cody Rhodes comes running out, gets rid of him. Jey hits a couple of super kicks, goes to go up to the top rope. And that's when Jimmy comes out and he sees him, and then he backs back into the ring. Jey gets Claymored, and Drew wins. And then Jimmy goes to grab a chair, come into the ring. Seth Rollins, who got his full medical clearance, comes hooking it out to fight Jimmy. She fights him off, but then what Seth doesn't realize is Drew is back in the ring just standing there waiting for him. And then Seth gets Claymored, and Drew is kind of like standing over yelling something to him. And that's when I had asked you, I was like, oh, is this what we're going to see at WrestleMania?
And I said 100%.
But yeah, so that's Raw. Some interesting things there at the end. I think they kind of built more towards that bloodline war and the Jimmy drama, and kind of helping build that for WrestleMania, because Jimmy just continues to cost Jey matches. Raw was felt kind of unproductive again. Like, I feel like the most productive thing was the Gauntlet match announcement. And then maybe the Cody promo, because it set up something for Friday.
And the main event.
Now you're adding Cody and Seth to the promo that we're probably not getting our first match on Friday till about 9:15. So. But yeah, so I mean, that's going to kind of do it, I guess. And we went over SmackDown, we went over Raw, talked about Paul Heyman being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I got nothing else. WWE 2K24 officially out today. Well, if you pre-ordered the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition, so if you did, go play that. That's what I'm about to go do as soon as we hang up here. Make sure you guys are sharing and enjoying our content. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
If you guys are watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I've been checking the stats. A lot of you are not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Share us with your friends if they also enjoy wrestling content. Drop a like, comment what you guys think about everything that happened over the last week that we talked about. Maybe we missed something that, again, because like I could be forgetting something that happened from Friday or even last night. Or if there was any other wrestling news that we missed.
Sting. We forgot to talk about Sting.
Sting retired officially after his AEW show the other night. Good for him. Went out on top. Because I think they were like him and Darby Allin were tag champs.
He went undefeated in AEW.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, oh, that's kind of. I mean, you're not going to have Sting lose at this point in his career. So.
Congrats to him.
So. Yeah, congrats to him. Much deserved. I mean, a great career from Sting. Just kind of sucks that at the press conference, he kind of called out Ultimate Warrior for being a druggie, but
yeah, that kind of wasn't cool, but
that was kind of pointless, but is what it is. Congratulations to him. Much deserved. You know, dude's been fighting for like 40-something years.
And they actually acknowledged it on Raw, too. I was surprised.
During the Gunther and Dom match, Michael Cole had said, "Oh, Sting has officially retired. Congratulations to him on a great career." So, but yeah, that's going to do it. Make sure you guys are subscribing if you guys are listening on Apple or Spotify. Hit the follow button or whatever the button is for those. Linktree is available on all our websites and social medias. We're also available on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us over there. We post semi-daily most times. Twitter is probably our most active thing because me and Max are always tweeting things over there. Trying to get better at posting to Instagram and TikTok, but we'll get there. Other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.